Hello, dear students. My name is Vachaspati Bimali. By profession, I am an Ielts and PT instructor. In this short YouTube video, I am going to provide you some wonderful tips about Ielts speaking part 3. The things that you should keep in mind that I am going to tell you step by step. The number one tips, always give detailed and thoughtful answers. Don't give short answers. Give detailed and thoughtful answers. Don't be too short. In IELTS speaking part 3, most of the IELTS test takers, they do not prolong their answer. As a result, they get low score in IELTS speaking exam. You have to give extended and logical answers. Number two, support your opinions with reasons, examples and explanations. Whenever you tell any kind of opinion, after that you have to give true reasons. Unless you give reasons, you won't be able to support your argument. And along with that, you should provide examples also. For instance, internet is boon for us. It is good because of number of reasons. Firstly, it provides us vast informations that you need. Secondly, with the help of the internet, we can promote our business. Thirdly, internet can provide massive entertainment to us because we can watch movies and different kinds of comedian programs, especially in internet if we have television. Okay, so this is how you have to give examples. Always you have to support your opinions by giving true examples. Number third, use formal and academic style language more than in part 1. What I mean, use formal and academic style language. Especially in part 3, you have to show to your examiner that not only you know conversational language, you also know what academic language. You have wide range of vocabulary. For example, describe the city you often love to visit. Well, there are numerous cities where I'm keen on visiting. Today I would like to talk about Pokhara, which is one of the stunning, picturesque and vibrant cities which is located in the eastern part of Nepal. Like stunning city, vibrant city, picturesque city. So this is how you can show that you have wide range of vocabulary. Okay. Now, number 4, listen to the questions very carefully. Identify whether it asks for an opinion, comparisons or predictions. Sometimes as examiner can ask you opinion based questions, and if they ask opinion based questions and how you should respond, I'm gonna give you some tips. Okay, do you think money can buy happiness? If you have to give opinion based questions, you have to say, to my knowledge, money can buy happiness. From my perspective, money can buy happiness. In my opinion, money can buy happiness to those people only who are not able to fulfill their basic needs because of what? Financial hardship. Okay, like if you have to give opinion based answer, so number 1 tip is to my knowledge. Number 2, as far as my knowledge is concerned. Number 3, I think. Number 4, I suppose. Number 4, I believe. Okay, this is how you can express your opinion based questions, and in this way you can give answers to your examiner. Now number 5, don't just say what you think. Number 5, don't just say what you think. Explain why you think it. Okay, explain why you think it. For example, do you think the more we help other people, the happier we will be? Okay, if you get these answers, what I mean here, okay, you have to explain. Yes, I believe the more we help to other people, the happier we will be. Researchers have shown that one can be extremely happy by showering respect and helping other people in their difficult situations only. For example, once I helped a guy, okay, who was lying mercilessly on the road. Okay, he was very poor because of not having, because of financial difficulties. He was not able to rent a room in a Kathmandu city, so he was sleeping on the road. What I did, I took him to my room and I provided a room at least for 3 months. At that time, he was sick also. Not only I provided his room, okay, I bought medicines for him. After 3 months, he became healthy and hearty, and after that, he started showing enough respect to me. Okay, so after that, I believe that one can be truly happy by helping other people in their difficult situations only. This is how you have to give answers in IELTS speaking part 3. Okay, number 6. Use phrases to express opinions like, in my view, I believe, from my perspective, to my knowledge, as far as my knowledge is concerned, I reckon, I think so, I believe. Okay, like, let me give you an example. Do you think married people are always happy? As far as my knowledge is concerned, most of the married people live unhappy life because of misunderstanding and slanging match. Additionally, it's very impossible to be happy after one get married, since so married life means the full of expectations. Okay, I mean, wife expects her husband to fulfill her all worldly pleasures. On the contrary, husband also expects to fulfill all her emotional needs. As a result, okay, if they can't fulfill each other's needs and expectations, what happens? Misunderstanding occur. Okay. Consequently, I believe married people are not happy. Okay. This is how you have to give examples. Now, number 7. If asked to compare, use linking words like whereas, however, on the other hand. If examiner asks you to compare between two things, you can use the linking words like whereas, however, on the other hand. Like, no, how do you have to use on the other hand? Do you think co-education is good for students? I believe co-education is good for students because in that place both girls and boys study together. Slowly and gradually, girls will come to know how to show respect to opposite sex. Okay. On the other hand, co-educations can be detrimental. Okay, here detrimental means harmful. On the other hand, co-educations can be detrimental because in co-educations infatuation occurs. I mean, if the girl is attractive, she can magnetically attract boys towards them. So similarly, if the boy is dashing handsome, he can magnetically attract girls towards him. As a result, they cannot concentrate their mind on their studies. So I can say co-education is good as well as bad for students. Okay. If you get the questions like, okay, how you should compare, you can compare by using the templates on the on hand and on the other hand. And if you have to express the opposite idea, what you have said a few minutes ago, you can say on the contrary, isko theek ulto. You can say whereas, you can say however. Okay. Now, number 8, if you are asked to predict the future, use phrases like, it's likely that, I suppose, in the future. If you are asked to predict the future, use phrases like, it's likely that, I suppose, in the future. Now, let me give you an example. Do you think scientists will be able to invent the medicines of some fatal diseases like HIV and blood cancer? Okay, so if they ask you questions, if you are asked to predict the futures, you can say, it is likely that, I suppose, in the future, scientists are likely to invent the medicines of fatal diseases in the days to come. Okay, you can use this kind of structure. Now number 9, okay, use a range of grammatical structures, conditionals, modals, passives and complex sentences. What do you mean by conditional? Like conditional sentence, like if you have to express your past regret, okay, then you have to use conditional sentence like had I got the visa of America 3 years ago, I would have gone there. So had I become the Prime Minister of Nepal in 2017, I would have made Nepal develop. I would have brought immense changes in Nepal. Had that stunning or accepted my marriage proposal, I would have married her. I mean, you should use conditional sentence. And after that, you can use passive voice also. In order to highlight the object, you can use passive voice. Like, prize was awarded to me. Okay, innocent girl was awarded. Okay, innocent girl was murdered. Okay, if you have to highlight the object, you have to use passive. So similarly, you have to use complex sentence. What do you mean by complex sentence? Here, complex sentence doesn't mean that you have to speak the sentences which are very difficult to understand. Here, complex sentence means you should show varieties in your sentences. For example, she is blind, but she can walk comfortably on the way. And how do you make this sentence complex? Even though she is blind, she can walk comfortably on the way. So we use even though, although, though to express unexpected results in English. For example, let me give you another example. Let me make a very simple sentence. She is an American lady, but she speaks better Nepali than I do. Here, do means speak. And how do you make it complex? Even though she is an American lady, she speaks better Nepali than I do. This is how you have to make complex sentences. Always make complex sentences in IELTS speaking part 3. Complex sentences means you should show varieties in your sentences. Complex sentences means you should show varieties in your sentences. Okay? Now, okay. Now, dear students, I would like to give some more tips. Tips number 10. Speak for about 4-5 sentences for answers. Okay. At least you should speak for 2 minutes for one answer. In IELTS speaking part 3. Speak 4-5 sentences. Don't speak just for 2 sentences only. If you do so, okay, you won't be able to impress the examiner. You have to give logical answers and you have to give extended answers. Next, tips number 11. Paraphrase the questions in your answers to show lexical range. What do you mean by lexical range? Lexical range means wide range of vocabulary, broad range of vocabulary. Paraphrase the questions in your answers to show lexical resources. For example, do you think most of the doctors who work in private organizations, private hospitals, they are money monger? Here money monger means they give more importance to money than the patients. Okay. So now you have to paraphrase the questions at first. Paraphrase the questions in your answers to show lexical resources. What is the questions? Do you think the doctors or medical personnel who work in private hospitals, I mean who have opened clinics and hospitals, they are money monger? Money monger, M-O-N-E-Y, money, M-O-N-G-E-R, monger means the person who gives more importance to money. Then at first you should paraphrase the questions. As you begin to paraphrase the questions, try to use different kinds of vocabulary. Don't use the same vocabulary. So in my opinion, the business magnates who have opened physically well equipped hospitals, they are not only money monger, they can even do unethical works to make ample money in short span of time. Here ample means a lot of. Okay. Not only the people, the persons the medical persons who are opening private hospitals, they are not only money monger, they even don't move back to make educate money by doing unethical and illegal works in a short span of time. What I have done here, I have paraphrased the questions. Okay, this is how you should paraphrase the questions. Okay, now let me give you example. Let me give you example. Do you think English has become hot market these days? Yes, I reckon English has become extremely popular subject in the global market. So do you think? So what I said, yes, I reckon. R-E-C-K-O-N. Recon also means think. Instead of think, what I have said, yes, I reckon. Most was the show. So instead of hot, yes, I reckon, English has become increasingly highly demanded language in global market. Instead of saying hot, what I have said, increasingly demanded market. Okay, it has become very popular language. It's in high demand. I mean, you should always paraphrase the questions. Okay. Okay. Now question number tips number 12. Be calm and confident. Be calm and confident. This is your chance to show deeper thinking. Be calm and confident. So don't be nervous. People become nervous when they see white face, especially when they go to take IELTS exam. So IELTS examiner are not lion. They are not bloodthirsty lion. They will not kill you. If you are not able to give the extended and logical answers, the only one thing they can do, they will give you less score. Again, they welcome you to appear in another IELTS exam. You can appear in another IELTS exam as many times as you wish. You can appear in another IELTS exam as many times as you wish. You simply have to spend money only. Okay? So don't be nervous when you see white face, especially in IELTS exam. Okay, so be calm and confident. Number 13, don't memorize answers. Examiners want natural discussions. Most of the IELTS test takers, they memorize answers. Okay, whether you are giving answer naturally or you are giving answers on the basis of memorizations, smart IELTS examiner can notice. I also can notice whether I am smart or not, but I can notice. Okay, so don't memorize answers. Memorize some few points only. So number 14, it's okay to pause briefly while thinking. Just don't stay silent too long. Okay, as you are giving the answers. Now, if you go blank somewhere, okay, what I mean here, it's okay to pause briefly while thinking. Well, it's interesting questions. Well, I have never ever thought you would ask me such kind of tricky questions. Even though I don't have clear-cut answers of your questions, I will try my best to give you answers. This is how you can take a pause. Okay. Now, okay. Number 15. Avoid fillers like hum, like. Okay. It doesn't mean that you can never use the fillers, but you should use very less. Like, no, you should use the fillers very less. Once in a while you can use. Now, tips number 16, use discourse markers like falsely, in addition, on the contrary, to sum up. Okay, if you have to describe event, you can use this template: firstly, secondly, finally, after that. And you can use, if you have to support the previous statement, you can use in addition to, furthermore, moreover, what is like. Okay, you can use this kind of expressions. Now, if you have to say something just you have said a few seconds ago, so if you have to express opposite idea, on the contrary, one. On the other hand, one. However, whereas, if you have to express opposite ideas, on the other hand, however, on the contrary, on the flip side also you can use. Okay. Now, tips number 17. Stay on topic. Don't go off into personal stories as in part 2. Stay on topic. Don't go off into personal stories as in part 2. Stay on topic. And most of the students don't stay on topic. They often change the topic. They start speaking irrelevant things. For example, what should government do to promote tourism industry? What should government do to promote tourism industry? Well, the government must do numerous tasks in order to promote tourism industry. First of all, it should allow business magnates to establish well-equipped hospitals in different parts of Nepal. Additionally, it should provide loan to the business magnates if they are suffering from financial hardship. Moreover, okay, government should give proper training to those people who are very good at English, Chinese, French and Italian, because tourist needs tourist guide. So this is how you have to give answers. Now, next tips I would like to give: use topic specific vocabulary and collocations. Use topic specific vocabulary and collocations. For example, okay, why do you admire the few politicians who are in Nepal? Okay, why do you admire a few politicians who are in Nepal? There are so many reasons why I appreciate some benevolent politicians who are in Nepal. I said benevolent. What do you mean by benevolent? The person who thinks for the happiness and betterment of other people. I mean, use specific vocabulary. For example, there are some shrewd politicians. Shrewd. There are some prudent politicians. Prudent means the man who can think about the bad consequences that comes in the future. Prudent means Duradarshi. There are some prudent and painstaking politicians like former Prime Ministers Baburam Bhattarai, the existing mayor of Kathmandu Balen Shah. They always think for the prosperity and happiness of the inhabitants of Kathmandu. What I have used here? Too prudent, far-sighted, benevolent. Okay, I mean you have to use specific vocabulary to express certain things. Okay. On the contrary, there are some politicians in Nepal who are money monger and who are bloodthirsty, like lion in jungle, who always thinks about their selfish motives only. Okay. As a result, Nepal is not making remarkable progress. Nepal is lagging behind because of the corrupted politicians, like lagging behind, corrupted, benevolent, far-sighted, prudent. Okay, so malignant government. Okay, there is malignant government in Nepal. As a result, we are suffering. Malignant means what? The government who thinks about its selfish motives only. I mean, you have to use specific vocabulary. Okay. Now, tips number 19. Okay. Don't be afraid to say that's an interesting question, to give yourselves a second thought. So whenever you are not able to give extended answers, whenever you need to time, you can say that's an interesting question. I have never ever thought about it, but I will try my best. Okay. Okay. Number 20. Tips number 20. Be honest. It's just okay. It's okay if you don't have strong knowledge of a topic. Just express your opinion clearly. If you don't have enough knowledge, be honest. Okay. Just express your opinion very, very clearly. The next, use comparative and superlative forms when comparing ideas. Use comparative, like Viratnagar is hotter than Kathmandu. Okay, so Pokhara is more beautiful than Mustang. Number 22, practice discussing abstract ideas like education, environment or culture. In IELTS speaking part 3, they often ask you questions from culture, educations, tourism, okay, co-educations, marriage, money, family. Practice this kind of questions. Number 23, use hypothetical structures like if I were in charge, I would. If I were the prime minister, I would. If I were a beautiful girl, I would. If I were business magnate like Mukesh Ambani, I would. You can use hypothetical sentence. Number 4, you can use passive voice to make your sentences sound more academic. Use passive voice to make your sentences, your answers sound more academic. Like I got prize. Last year I got prize. At that time I was extremely happy. I was thrilled. I was elated. Instead of saying I got prize, I was awarded prestigious prize. If you want to sound more academic, you have to use passive voice. I was awarded prestigious prize last year. At that time I was thrilled. Okay. Now next tips. Use some people think to introduce different perspectives. If you have to introduce different perspectives, you can say some people think. Another sentence you can say some people hold the view that. Another sentence you can say some people opine that. Some people opine that. Some people hold the view that. Some people believe that. Next, number 27. Use advanced linking phrases like this may be due to. This may be due to. This suggests that. It could be argued that. Okay, next. 29. Okay, don't worry about having the right opinion. Focus on fluency and coherence. Fluency means ability to speak without any pause. Coherence means ability to connect the ideas. Number 29, practice discussing ideas with a teacher, with a partner or a teacher to develop fluency. You can practice with your teacher, you can practice with your friends. Next, okay, stay formal, avoid overly casual language or slang. You don't have to use overly used words. Instead of saying I hate criminals, you can say I detest culprit. Okay, it's better to show your wide range of vocabulary. Next, use rhetorical questions if it fits. I mean, what could be the better than that? Number 23, use logical examples from society, not just personal life. You can give examples from your society also. You can give examples, okay, on the basis of your personal experience also. Number 33, avoid saying I don't know. Instead say I haven't thought about that before. Don't avoid saying I don't know. Instead say I haven't thought about that before, but I haven't thought about that before, but. Okay, next. Okay, now next, be clear and structured. One idea for paraphrase response. Be clear and structured. One idea, just give two ideas and explain it. Next, record yourself practicing and check for coherence, grammar and fluency. So you can record your voice, whether you are able to use the linking words like moreover, however, on the contrary, on the flip side, okay, and okay, whether you are able to connect the sentences correctly, that is called coherence. Next, focus on quality over quantity. Don't just speak long, speak well. Some people give unnecessarily long answers, but they don't show logic. There must be logic in your answers, and you must be able to give extended answers. Number last tips, don't rush, speak at a natural and steady pace. Speak at a natural and steady pace. Here PSC pace means movement. You don't have to speak too fast. You should speak neither fast nor slowly. So dear students, today I have given you wonderful tips about IELTS speaking part 3, and from tomorrow onwards you should practice. I will give you 10 questions from IELTS speaking part 1, 10 questions for IELTS speaking part 2, and I will give you 10 minutes to prepare. After that, okay, one has to be examiner, another has to be IELTS test takers, and I will give feedback on your answers. So dear students, I teach IELTS and PT offline and online. If you are interested to join my class, you can give me a call in my WhatsApp number. And at last, I humbly request you to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you never meet any update. Thanks for watching this YouTube video. Bye bye. See you in next video.